Good evening, and I welcome you, students. We were discussing light, and we have discussed in light last time very important concepts of light. Reflection has been discussed, refraction has been discussed. We have told you what type of images are formed by different mirrors, convex mirror, concave mirror, plane mirror, and we also discussed two important lenses, convex lens and concave lenses, and the images formed by the two. Today we are going to discuss a very important part which will be there in the exam, which is refraction of light through a prism. You already know when light passes from one medium to another medium, it undergoes refraction. That means when light passes from rare to dense medium, it bends towards the normal. And when light passes from dense to rare medium, it bends away from the normal. What are the reason of the refraction? We told you students that light, when it passes from one medium to another medium, it undergoes refraction. We have discussed with you refraction of light, yes or no? And we have uploaded a video also on the refraction of light, already available in the YouTube, which you can see. What we said, light passing from, for example, if light passes from rare to the dense medium, if light passes from rare to dense medium, it will bend towards the normal. It bends towards the normal. And when light passes from dense to rare medium, then it bends away from the normal. It bends away from normal. This we already told you. And we discussed the refraction of light of a glass slab. And also you have seen the refraction of light through two lenses, convex lens and concave lens. Today we are discussing a very important thing, that is refraction of light through a prism. In the science lab, in the physics lab, you will find there is a prism student. Prism is something which looks like this. Actually, this is two-dimensional. The glass prism is three-dimensional, which will get in your chemistry, in your physics lab. It an optical prism. It is called optical prism. It is a transparent optical element with flat polished surfaces that refract light. It has polished surfaces, flat. They refract light. When light passes from air to the prism, it will get refracted. And refraction means, we already told you what is refraction of light in the previous lectures. Consider a triangular glass prism. What I am talking is a triangular glass prism. It has two triangular bases. How many? Two triangular bases. And three rectangular lateral surfaces are there. This you can get in your physics lab. When you go to the physics lab, you see there will be a glass prism. And there will be two triangular bases on which it can rest. And there will be three lateral rectangular surfaces. These surfaces are inclined to each other. They are inclined to each other. The angle between two lateral faces is called the angle of the prism. There is an angle of the prism. The angle between two lateral faces. There are two lateral faces. The angle between them is called angle of the prism. Let us see what I'm going to talk about, the students. Here is a picture of the prism. This is a two-dimensional. The actual prism will be three-dimensional in the science lab. This is a, consider this is a glass prism, student, ABC, and resting like this on the triangular face. Consider this is a board on which you put a white piece of paper, white sheet. On that white sheet, you put the prism like this, A, B, C. And you will find if I put two pins here, P and Q are two pins on this side in one line. You can draw a line, draw a straight line. This you can draw a straight line like this and put two pins here. I'm putting two pins P and Q, and try to see the other face of the prism and put two more pins so that they look to be in the straight line. They look to be the straight line. So you can put two pins like this. Now you can draw this ray diagram. This is the incident light, PQ. You find PE. PE, this is the prism ABC. You can see, first of all, I have drawn PE, students. What is PE? What is PE, student? This point P, you can see the point P and E. This is our incident ray. This is my incident ray, student, PE. Now what will happen when it will reach the, this is a lateral surface, lateral face of the glass prism, This will undergo refraction at this point. This is air and this is glass. What will happen when light will pass from air to glass? It will undergo refraction. It doesn't go straight. If I go, this is straight line, it doesn't go like this, but it bends towards the normal. As you can see, this ray of light has bent, this is bent, student, towards the normal. It bends towards the normal. So this EF is the refracted ray. This has undergone refraction. It is not going straight. It bends towards the normal. And this angle here, you can see angle of incidence. And this will be angle of refraction. Angle I and angle R. And from F, when the ray will come out of F, this is glass, this is air. Then what will happen? Then it will bend away from the normal, This is glass, this is air. So this here it is undergoing refraction. Again here undergoing refraction. So it is bending away from the normal, as you can see. And if I draw, this is a normal student, normal is 90-degree angle. If I draw the normal here, that is my normal here, this is called the angle E. Angle E is angle of emergence. Angle E is the angle of emergence. So you have PE, then you have a refracted EF, then FS. What is FS? FS is this emergent. This is called the emergent ray. Emergent ray, the ray which comes out, student. Angle A is the angle of prism. This is called the angle of prism. This is angle A. This is my angle. This is the angle of prism. Angle I is the angle of incidence. Angle R is the angle of refraction. Angle E is the angle of emergence. And angle D. Where is angle D? Now you can see this light should have gone, this ray of light should go straight, but it doesn't go straight. It undergoes refracted. Then again, there is another refraction. And if you join these, this is the angle of deviation. Angle D is called the angle of deviation. What I am trying to tell you, very simple thing. If I consider a monochromatic ray of light, if I consider a monochromatic ray of light, what do you mean by monochromatic, students? Mono means single wavelength. I have shown you white light consists of 7 wavelengths: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. If I consider only one of the monochromatic ray of light, what is happening when it passes through a prism? It undergoes refraction and then again refraction. Then there is an emergent ray. This is my emergent ray angle. So angle incidence, angle of refraction, angle of emergence, and this is the angle of deviation. The ray of light has undergone deviation. You can see this ray of light, the incident ray, which is my PE, it gets deviated, student. It gets deviated towards the base of the prism. Base of the prism. This is the base of the prism. It undergoes deviation towards the base of the prism. A question has been asked in the MCQ in this, in the CBSE paper, which I have solved, which is already the solved CBSE paper by me is already in the YouTube. You can watch that. For tomorrow's paper, you can watch my CBSE solved paper in the YouTube. Now you will see this light is going to go like this, but it doesn't go like this. It gets refracted. Then once it comes out of the prism, it is suffering what we call, there is an angle of deviation D. This has got deviated towards the base of the prism, towards the base of the prism. So this is a glass prism on which we are performing an activity by passing an incident ray. I am using 2 pins, and here I use 2 pins. So you understand now what is incident ray, what is refracted ray, emergent ray, angle of prism, angle of incidence, angle of refraction, angle of emergence, and angle of deviation. These are important, which will be used by us. Note them down, note them down. You have noted, then I will proceed further, students. If you have noted, then I will proceed further. Can I proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So students, one important question has been asked in the question also. What is the angle of deviation, students, in a prism? Angle of deviation. Deviation of a ray on passing through a prism depends on the angle of the prism, nature of the material of the prism, and angle of incidence of the ray on one face of the prism. So the ray of light which was passing like this, it didn't go like this, but what happened? It went like this and this. So this is the incident ray. This is my emergent ray. And what you find, that this angle, this should go like this, but this angle is called the angle of deviation. This is the deviation. So what we said, this ray of light, when it passes through a prism, comes out, it is deviated towards the base of the prism. So this is our angle of deviation. This is what we call as angle of deviation. How much? You can see this is my angle of deviation, students, which is suffered by this incident ray when it passes through a prism. So any light will pass through a prism, it will undergo a deviation. The deviation will be towards the base of the prism, towards the base of the prism. It is clear, angle of deviation? Okay. Now we are coming to the important point where a question has been asked by the MCQ, and you will see a very, very beautiful thing coming out now. Students, if I pass white light, now you should know, when I say white light, student, or sunlight, this is not a single wavelength light. It consists of 7 colors. How many? There are 7 monochromatic. In fact, more than 7 actually. What we see, 7 colors. This white light is not monochromatic. This is polychromatic, students. Means that there are many wavelengths, many different frequencies of light which are present in it. And here you will see what happens. Polychromatic means it is not a single chromatic, it is not a single wavelength. There are, as you will see here, there are 7 wavelengths, 7 frequencies, and 7 colors, which you will see when it passes through the prism, students. So when we pass this polychromatic light, white light, what happens? It gets split up into 7 colors. You can see the 7 colors. And when they come out of the glass prism, you will see they are deviated. They suffer deviation toward the base of the prism, toward the base of the prism. This phenomena of splitting of white light into 7 constituent colors, when it passes through a glass prism, is called dispersion of white light. This is known as, students, dispersion of white light. What I'm trying to say, if you take a glass prism, pass the white light through it, and put a screen, this is my screen, student, you will see 7 colors. The white light gets dispersed. Dispersed means gets split up into 7 different colors. And these colors are, we are representing like violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So this is the way they are split up, student. As you will see, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. 7 colors are observed on the screen. What colors? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. To remember this, we use a word called Vibgyor. You can remember this word. There will be 7 different colors, students. This is my glass prism. Here again, I have shown a picture of this. A beam of white light or sunlight or the light of the tube light, whatever tube light you are using at home. If you will pass through glass prism, you will see that as this passes from air to glass, student, they suffer refraction, but instead of one, you are seeing 7 different wavelengths of light, 7 different, and they are all deviated towards the base of the prism. In this case, can you tell me, student, that which light has the angle of deviation maximum? Maximum angle of deviation is for which color? Maximum angle of deviation is shown by which color? Violet color. Can you see violet color is towards the bottom of this prism? Maximum angle of deviation is shown by the violet color or violet wavelength of light. And minimum angle of deviation is shown by, is a question in the paper. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Stop me, students. We are not hurrying up. You have any doubt, you don't understand anything, ask me. It is a live class interaction. You can always ask me questions, no problem. So minimum angle of deviation is shown by which color? Which has undergone minimum deviation? Red. See the red? Please note it down. This is very important. A question will be there in the paper based on this. So students, white light when passed through a glass prism, it splits up into 7 different colors. If I put a screen, I will see 7 different colors. This is known as spectrum. What we call this as spectrum of white light. This is known as spectrum of white light, students. That means the light is actually not single colored light, what you see white, but it contains many colors. And in fact, I would say it contains infinite colors. But what we observe basically out of them, 7 colors on the screen. In your everyday life, how many colors you see? You can prepare any color, mix 3 or 4 colors. If you have done, in your home also, walls are of different colors. So there can be many colors. How do you see the colors? It is very clear. The white light which is coming from sun or from your tube light has got many different wavelengths of lights present in it. It is not white, and we can split them into different colors by this phenomenon which we have shown, what we call as dispersion of white light by a glass prism. Very interesting that a glass prism can break white light into 7 different colors. Beautiful colors, very beautiful, you will see. Now the question is, students, as I said, very important question was asked in the paper. Pay attention, be with me. The red light bends the least, student. Angle of deviation for red light is the least. Violet light bends the most, as shown in the figure. The phenomenon of splitting of light into its component color is called dispersion of light. The pattern of the color components of light is called the spectrum of the light. So what I have shown, white light consists of how many colors? 7. We can get it by passing through a glass prism, and this is called the spectrum of the light. Question, student, question, what is the cause of dispersion by glass prism? Question. What is the cause of this? Why do we see 7 different color, students, when we pass it through a glass prism? I said, when a light passes from one medium to another medium, it undergoes refraction. Is it clear? We studied refraction in the previous lectures. But students, refraction is based on why refraction took place, because of the different speeds different speeds, student, of different colors or different wavelengths of lights. The light has different speed in rare medium and in dense medium. Every color of the light will also have different speed in rare and in denser medium. Therefore, they suffer what we call as dispersion. There are 7 colors which we have shown, and the 7 colors, the 7 wavelengths are different wavelengths. They have different speeds. So the dispersion of white light occurs because the colors of white light travel at different speeds through the glass prism. Very important. What is the cause of the dispersion? The 7 colors which I have shown, which 7 colors I shown you, student? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. They have different speeds. The speed of red is the fastest. Red color, fastest speed, and violet color, slowest speed. The speed of 7 colors is different. When the speed is different, when they will suffer refraction, what happens? They split up, they get dispersed, students, into 7 different colors. So when white light consisting of 7 colors falls on a glass prism, each color in it is refracted by different angle. So each color suffers different angle of deviation. We have shown you what is angle of deviation. With the result, 7 colors are spread out to form a spectrum. Is it very clear to you, students? Why do you see 7 different colors when white light passes through glass prism? Because each color has a different speed. And when it has different speed, what will happen? When it will undergo refraction, it will suffer different angle of deviation. It will be refracted at different angle. And when it will be refracted at different angle, they will get split up into different colors. So this phenomena of splitting of white light into 7 different colors is known as dispersion of light. Is it clear? Dispersion of light. Very important. Now you see why 7 colors. Dispersion of white light, student, by the glass prism due to different colors have different velocities. So when they will undergo refraction, the angle of deviation will be different, and which suffer the maximum deviation you have seen. Violet color. Violet color speed is slowest. Speed is lowest, it suffers maximum deviation. Red color fastest. Red color has longest wavelength and fastest, so it suffers minimum deviation. Note down in MCQ question, they will frame a question like this. Okay, very good. Let us see, student, what I am saying. Important point to note here what I was trying to say. You will get a recorded video after I finish it, then if you have difficulty, you can always watch it and observe it. Out of the 7 colors, student, in the spectrum, red is the color which has maximum speed in the glass prism. When the speed is maximum, the angle of deviation is the least. What I'm saying? Speed of red color, also the wavelength of red color, is maximum. Therefore, angle of deviation is minimum. Angle of deviation, very important question, student. Angle of deviation minimum. Therefore, red color is deviated less. On the other hand, what you find, students, speed of violet color. Violet color, wavelength of violet color is minimum. one thing, what travels slower will suffer greater deviation. See, you are driving a car. If you are going to bend, you have to slow down the speed. A slower car bends more, a faster car less. Same analogy I am using. Speed of violet color, wavelength of violet color is minimum. Speed of violet color is minimum. Therefore, it undergoes maximum deviation. Maximum deviation. That is why you will see violet color towards the base and red on the top. So because of which red color forms the upper part of the spectrum, violet is the color in the spectrum which has minimum speed in glass, hence it is the angle of deviation is the most. Violet color forms the lowermost part of the spectrum. All 7 colors differ in their frequencies. We should know that frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength, hence the order of colors is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, as we discussed now to remember. So of decreasing wavelengths. Wavelengths are decreasing from this. This has the minimum wavelength. That means it is the slowest. This travels slowest. Therefore, it will suffer largest angle of deviation. Important point, note it down, very important. Is it clear why you get violet, red on the top and violet at the bottom? You have seen the picture just now. See, violet is coming here and red is coming on the top. This is violet, this is red. So angle of deviation is maximum for the violet, minimum for the red. Red is traveling faster and blue slower than that. You will see in your NCERT book, student, they have given a picture of this. Sometimes in the exam, they give a picture and ask MC questions on that. Newton was the first student to use a glass prism to obtain spectrum of sunlight. Just now I've shown you the spectrum of sunlight consisting of 7 colors. He tried to split the colors of spectrum of white light further by using another prism. This is one prism. White light, it will split into 7 colors. If I put inverted prisms, you can see this prism is inverted and screen what the Newton observed. This experiment was done by Newton. What he observed, all the 7 colors again combined and you got white light. However, he cannot get any more color. Then he placed a second identical prism in an inverted position, allowed all colors of spectrum to pass through second prism. He found a beam of white light emerging from other side of the second prism. This observation gave Newton idea sunlight is made up of 7 colors. So how did Newton say that your sunlight is made of how many colors? 7 colors. By doing this experiment. This activity proves that white light, sunlight, or any similar light will give a spectrum of one prism. And when you put an inverted prism, you get back the white light. So that is what we say. We often refer sunlight as a white light, but this white light is made up of how many colors? 7 colors. This experiment was done by Newton. Question is coming now in the exam, student. You have seen the rainbow. देखिए आपने रेनबो देखा कितना ब्यूटीफुल लगता वो. Whenever there is a rain, student, and sun is there on the opposite side, you experience 7 colors in the sky. आपने देखा रेनबो कितने शानदार कलर्स आते हैं. And question I've been asked, explain the formation of rainbow, student. It is an example of again refraction of the light which we are telling you. A rainbow is a meteorological phenomena that is caused by reflection and dispersion of light in water droplets, resulting in the spectrum of light appearing in the sky. देखो मैंने कितनी टर्म्स का यूज किया इसमें स्टूडेंट. रिफ्लेक्शन हो रही है, रिफ्रैक्शन हो रही है और डिस्पर्शन ऑफ लाइट हो रही है. Just now we told you where if white light will pass through glass prism, how many colors you will see? 7. Here in rainbow also you see 7 colors. How? It takes the form of multicolored circular arc. Rainbows are cast by sunlight, always appear in the section of sky directly opposite to the sun. Opposite to the sun. देखिए क्या हो रहा है, ये सन है, दिस इज माई सन, ये व्हाइट लाइट आ रही है सन से, दिस इज अ ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर. What is this? A drop of water which I have shown. Now this is air. When light will go from air to water, student, water is denser. बोलो water dense है ना air से, तो diffraction होगी. क्या होगी? Refraction. So at this point B, light from A to B suffers refraction. तो it will bend towards the normal. ये देख रहे हैं. और क्या होगा कि जैसे prism, the drop of water, the drop of water acts like a small glass prism. The result of this is that white light will get split into 7 colors. Again, red is on the top, violet is at the bottom. Now once it comes inside the water, it will undergo reflection now. ये रिफ्लेक्शन होगा, अभी बाहर नहीं है, उसी ड्रॉप के अंदर रिफ्लेक्शन हो गया. So refraction, and this is dispersion. Dispersion, 7 colors. What you have got? Refraction. Then dispersion. Dispersion means splitting into 7 colors. And then it undergoes reflection from here. Reflection, you know, when light is in the same medium, it undergoes reflection. But here it is a drop of water. This reflection takes place within the drop. So that is called total internal reflection. What is happening? Total internal reflection. I hope you understand difference between reflection and refraction. This is the light in the same medium. And after it comes this, it has to come out of this drop, then it undergoes refraction. After this, what happens? Again, it undergoes refraction. But now, what is the result? You will see 7 different colors. How many colors you see? 7 different colors. That is the formation of the rainbow. So you see violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Students, 7 colors. What you observe is a rainbow. This is the rainbow you will see. So what is the cause of the rainbow? Refraction, dispersion, total internal reflection, and refraction. These are the terms to be used, student, in the exam. In the MCQ question, he will give you choices, 4 choices. So refraction takes place, dispersion takes place, total internal reflection takes place. Then you see rainbow, and the sun is opposite to the observer, where you are observing. Is it clear how the rainbow is formed? Let me explain. In the NCERT, you will see they have given a picture of the rainbow. Now you will see this is a beautiful color you are seeing in the sky, student. See the colors in the sky. And this is the sunlight, this is a raindrop. Here refraction takes place, dispersion of white light, 7 colors, total internal reflection, then refraction, and you see these 7 colors. A rainbow is a natural spectrum appearing in the sky after a rain shower. It is caused by dispersion of sunlight by tiny water droplets present in the atmosphere. These, when the rain is happening, there are tiny droplets of water always formed in a direction opposite to that of the sun. Note down this point, always opposite to the direction of the sun. Question has been put up in the MCQ. Water droplets act like small prisms. They refract, disperse the incident light, and then reflected internally, finally refracted again when it comes out. Due to dispersion of light and internal reflection, different colors reach the observer's eye. So you can see rainbow on a sunny day when you look at the sky through a waterfall or through a water fountain with sun behind you. You have seen waterfalls in some hill stations, water fountains in some parks. And if you are sitting, sun is opposite to you, then you can see these rainbows. Sun is opposite to you. With the sun behind you, you can see the sun behind you, then you will observe the rainbow. Very good. We know what the rainbow is. Another important question was asked, student, twinkling of the star. You see the stars are twinkling in the sky. Why? This is apparent star position, and this is also due to atmospheric refraction. The twinkling of star is due to atmospheric refraction of the starlight. Student, stars have a light. What is happening? The starlight, when it enters the atmosphere of the earth, it undergoes refraction continuously. Because the density of the air is changing. You have hot air, you have cold air, hot, cold, temperature changes, density of the air changes. The refractive index keeps on changing as the light reaches the ground. So what will happen? The result of this is there will be undergoes refraction continuously. Atmospheric refraction occurs in medium of gradually changing refractive index. As you are coming to the ground, refractive index is increasing, student, increasing. This is a star. Star has a light energy, heat energy is also there. So the air becomes hot near this, and refractive index keeps on increasing. It will undergo refraction. Since the atmosphere bends starlight towards the normal, light is passing from rare to denser medium. It will bend towards the normal. So what will happen then? The apparent position of star is slightly different from actual position. Star appears slightly above than actual position. When if I am standing here, the star is here actually, but it appears apparent position. It appears here. So it is what we are saying. It is higher than the actual position of the star. This is the actual position of the star, and the star has got apparent position which I will see, then this is slightly higher. This position is slightly higher, student, than the actual position. Actual position is lower, what appears to be higher due to atmospheric refraction. All this is the result of atmospheric refraction, because the refractive index is increasing as we come down the earth, come down from the star. Since the stars are very distant, stars बहुत दूर है हमसे, बहुत दूर है. They approximate point-sized sources of light. As the path of light rays coming from stars goes on varying slightly, the apparent position of star fluctuates and amount of starlight entering the eye flickers. The star appears brighter and sometimes fainter, which is a twinkling effect of this. It is very far away, so it appears a point size, and as the atmosphere is also varying, student, apparent position of the star fluctuates and amount of starlight entering eye flickers, sometimes faint, sometimes more. So that is the reason we see the twinkling of the stars. So the twinkling of star, you have seen what is the cause of that? Reflection of light, and also the path of light coming from star goes on varying. Path of the light is varying slightly, and it appears star is fluctuating, and you will see twinkling of the star. Next question was asked, student, why don't the planets twinkle? Planets do not twinkle, but stars twinkle. The reason is planets are much closer to the earth. Planets are much closer to the earth. Stars are very far away. So planets are much closer to the earth and seen as extended sources. If we consider a planet as a collection of large number of point-sized sources of light, total variation in the amount of light entering our eye from all individual point sizes will average out to be zero, thereby nullifying the effect of the twinkling. Because the planets are very close as compared to the stars, the twinkling effect is nullified. What we are saying, we don't experience twinkling of the planets because there are extended sources and they point size sources, they are flickering left, right like this, and the total effect comes out to be zero on our eyes. The individual point source average out to be zero. This is important point. Therefore, you do not see the twinkling effect in the planets. But twinkling effect is only observed in the stars. Noted this point, students? Another question has been asked in the paper MCQ, and they have given a picture of this also. You will see that advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. What do you mean by this? Sun is visible about 2 minutes before actual sunrise. Sunrise, student. You will see sun visible 2 minutes before. 2 minutes before. ठीक है? Before. Then actual sunrise. Then actual sunrise. If a sunrise is taking place, it comes 2 minutes before. This is due to atmospheric refraction. See, this is our horizon, student. This is our horizon. This is the real position of the sun. This is the real position of the sun, as you can see. This is, we are talking of sunrise. Real position of the sun. As this light is coming from the sun, student, what is happening? It undergoes refraction. You can see this light from the sun here. It undergoes refraction, student. This is your atmosphere. This is the atmosphere. It is coming from sun rays. What is happening? It undergoes a refraction. And the result is observer is here. Observer is here. It is not going straight. It is not going straight. Observer is here. This is the observer. You are on this earth. And you will see this apparent position. So this will appear 2 minutes before. This gap is how much? 2 minutes before then actual sunrise. This is called the horizon. So if you see the sunrise, student, 2 minutes before the actual sunrise, you will be able to see it. This is the apparent position due to, why do we see that? Due to refraction of, this is due to, student, refraction, atmospheric refraction, what we call as atmospheric, this is what we call as atmospheric refraction. Atmospheric refraction. And what about the sunset? This is sunset here. This is sunrise. Sunset. What is happening? By actual sunrise, we mean actual crossing of the horizon by the sun. The time difference between actual sunset and apparent sunset is about 2 minutes. The apparent flattening of sun disk at sunrise, sunset also due to the same phenomenon. So the sun is visible to us about 2 minutes before actual and about 2 minutes after. This is 2 minutes after the sunset. This is the real position. But what we observe, due to, if the light is passing through this, it undergoes refraction. You are here. What you will see, the apparent position. So what you will see, this position will be after 2 minutes. After 2 minutes. This will be before 2 minutes. Sunrise is before 2 minutes. And sunset is, this is my sunset. After 2 minutes. Due to, what is the cause of this? Due to atmospheric refraction. Important question for the exam student. They will give you a diagram and ask this question. 4 choices will be there. Which is the correct choice? Note down. Note down. Another important phenomenon, we are going to scattering of light, student. What is scattering of light? In the atmosphere, you have air particles, oxygen, nitrogen. They are very tiny and small particles. You have dust particles. What will happen? When light will fall on them, they will scatter light. What we call as scattering of light. And this can give us different type of colors scattered colors in the atmosphere. For example, you see the sky is blue. Why the sky is blue? Due to scattering of light. The interplay of light objects around us give rise to several spectral phenomena. Blue color of the sky. You see the color of sky is blue. This is due to scattering of light. The small size particles scatter the blue color the most. Blue color is scattered the most, so it appears blue. Then color of water in deep sea, the reddening of sun at sunrise and sunset. These are some of the colors which we see. What do you see? Sunrise and sunset. What do you color see? What is the color which you see? Reddening of the sun. Actually, is the sun red? No, it is based on what colors are scattered and what we see. What we see. Let us see. This is called the Tyndall effect, students. The Earth's atmosphere is a heterogeneous mixture of minute particles. These particles include smoke, water droplets, suspended particles, dust, molecules in air. When a beam of light strikes such fine particle, the path of the beam becomes visible. Light reaches us after being reflected diffusely by these particles. The phenomena of scattering of light by colloidal particle give rise to Tyndall effect. You have heard about colloidal solution. You have studied in chemistry. Their size is between 1 to 1000 nanometer. They scatter the light, which we call as Tyndall effect. The color of scattered light depends on size of the scattering particles. Very fine particles scatter mainly blue light. Very fine particles are there. Their size is very small. They scatter mainly lower wavelength, the blue light. They scatter mainly blue light. And you will see that the sky becomes blue in color. While larger particles scatter longer wavelengths mean reddish type of wavelength. If the size of scattering particle is large enough, then scattered light may appear even white. If you have very large size particles, then all are scattered. Then you will see white color. Now the question which was asked in the paper, student. Why is the color of sky, clear sky, blue, students? You can see blue color in the sky. Beautiful blue color. How beautiful this is, water. Sunlight that reaches the Earth atmosphere is scattered in all directions by gases and dust particles present in atmosphere. Blue color is scattered more. Different colors are scattered, but blue is scattered more because the wavelength of blue is least and the size of particles is smaller. That is the reason sky appears blue. Is it clear? Noted? Why do you see blue color of sky? Which color is scattered most by tiny particles which are there? Very small particles, the blue color. So you will see a blue sky. The reason is scattering of light. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you, note it down. The molecules of air and other fine particles have size smaller than the wavelength of visible light. These are more effective in scattering of light of shorter wavelength at blue end than light of longer wavelength at red end. The red end has a wavelength of about 1.8 times greater than blue light. Thus, when sunlight passes through atmosphere, fine particles in air scatter the blue light shorter wavelength more strongly than red. You know, the blue color wavelength is shorter. Blue color wavelength, students, shorter is what will happen, scattered most. ठीक है, the be shorter scattered more. So the particles scatter the blue light more strongly, more than red color. Therefore, the sky appears to be blue. If Earth had no atmosphere, there would not have been any scattering. Sky would have looked dark. If no atmosphere, then what will be the color of sky? Dark. You'll see only black. Astronauts, once they go at a place where there is no atmosphere, I'm saying, there are no particles, then the sky will appear dark, will like black. So the sky appears due to passengers flying at height, as scattering is not prominent at such heights. You might have observed danger signals are red in color. Why the danger signals are red in color, students? Red color has the longest wavelength and least scattered. This is least scattered, student. Longest wavelength, least scattered by fog and smoke. In winter, you are driving the car in the morning, there will be fog and smoke. Pollution is there is a lot of smoke. But red light is visible to you because it is not scattered by the fog and smoke. It has a longer wavelength. So it can be seen of the same color at a distance. Important. Note it down. Note it down. Just in a second, I'm coming. Note down this. Very important. Note down, students. Note down. So you have noted down, students. Very important point. Why do we have red colored signals? Danger signal red, because red color is least scattered. It is having longest wavelength. It travels very fast. Even fog and in smoke, it is not scattered. Therefore, you will be able to see red light. If you are driving in the morning cars, you can see red lights. So that is a danger signal. So why the color of sky is blue? Because it is shorter wavelength, scattered most when maximum scattering takes place by the finer particles in the atmosphere. You will see blue color in the sky. Okay, noted. Next, color of the sun at sunrise and sunset. This question was asked to the student in the exam. Color of the sun at sunrise and sunset. What is the color of sun at sunrise and sunset? Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen sunrise or sunset? Tell me. देखा आपने कभी सनराइज कहीं जाके? कहाँ पे दिखता है? अभी नेपाल में भी एक जगह में गया था, वहां मैंने देखा था सनराइज और सनसेट. जैसे तुमने देखा 2 मिनट पहले आ जाता है और 2 मिनट बाद में दिखता है मुझे जब सनसेट होता है, ड्यू टू एटमॉस्फेरिक रिफ्रैक्शन. अब कलर देखना, इसका कलर क्या होगा? व्हाट विल बी द कलर? एट सनराइज एंड सनसेट द सन इज वेरी लो इन द स्काई. सन बहुत लो हो जाता है स्काई में, विच मीन्स सनलाइट traveled through a much thicker amount of the atmosphere. Because the blue and light is scattered more strongly by the atmosphere, it tends to be scattered several times and deflected away in other directions before it gets to us. This means then there is relatively more yellow and red light left to see. तो हमें रेड सा दिखता है, रेड अभी बताया था ना, रेडनिंग ऑफ सन, रेडनिंग ऑफ सन हो जाता है. At what time? Sunrise and sunset. क्योंकि सन जो है एयर की थिकर लेयर उसको ट्रेवल करनी पड़ती है. एयर ज्यादा है, थिकर लेयर ऑफ एयर है. तो उसमें क्या होगा कि ब्लू जो लाइट होगी ना, वो बहुत ज्यादा स्कैटर हो जाएगी, डिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगी चारों तरफ. ब्लू विल बी डिफ्लेक्टेड एंड विल नॉट रीच अवर आईज. तो फिर बचेगा कौन सा? जो हमारी आइस के पास आएगा वो रेड कलर का, रेड पोर्शन होगा, रेड पार्ट होगा. तो रेड पार्ट जो हमारी आंखों के सामने आता है वो लीस्ट स्कैटर्ड है, लीस्ट स्कैटर्ड है, क्योंकि एयर की वो थिक हो जाती है। तो हमें सनराइज और सनसेट के टाइम क्या दिखेगा? सन रेडनिंग, रेडनिंग ऑफ द सन। दिस इफेक्ट्स आर कॉज ऑफ रेले स्कैटरिंग। इन्हें रेले ने स्टडी किया था, एक साइंटिस्ट है रेले, उसे रेले स्कैटरिंग कहते हैं, रेले स्कैटरिंग कहते हैं। अब इसकी पिक्चर देख लेते हैं, अभी कहाँ पर है ये देखिए, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये पिक्चर, आपके एनसीईआरटी बुक में दी गई है। यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन आया था पेपर में, ये क्वेश्चन उसने पिक्चर दी थी एंड क्वेश्चन आस्क किया था। देखो ये क्या है, रेडनिंग ऑफ सन एट सनराइज एंड सनसेट। देखो ये सन आपका है नियर द हॉरिजन, नियर द हॉरिजन। अब ये डिस्टेंस देख रहे हो, यहाँ पर सन है, यहाँ पर आप ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हो, ये ऑब्जर्वर है, यहाँ पर आप खड़े हो अर्थ के ऊपर, ये देख रहे हो, ये ज्यादा डिस्टेंस है यहाँ से, ये एटमॉस्फेयर है, ये जो लाइन है स्टूडेंट, ये एटमॉस्फेयर है, यहाँ पर सारी एयर है। एयर में क्या क्या है? एयर में डस्ट पार्टिकल्स है, ऑक्सीजन पार्टिकल्स है, नाइट्रोजन है। यहाँ पे ज्यादा डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करना पड़ रहा है। जब ये ज्यादा डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करेगा नियर द हॉरिजन, इसे नियर द हॉरिजन कहते हैं। वहीं सनराइज और सनसेट कहाँ होता है? नियर द हॉरिजन, नियर द हॉरिजन। तो नियर द हॉरिजन मैं कह रहा हूं, नियर द हॉरिजन स्टूडेंट, जहां पर सनराइज और सनसेट होता है। तो यहां पर आप देख रहे हो, ये जो लेयर है वो थिकर है, क्या है? थिकर, थिक मोटी लेयर है, थिकर लेयर ऑफ एटमॉस्फेयर। तो यहां पर क्या होगा? मोस्ट ऑफ द ब्लू एंड शॉर्टर वेवलेंथ आर स्कैटर्ड अवे। मोस्ट ऑफ शॉर्टर वेवलेंथ जो होती है, मोस्ट ऑफ शॉर्टर वेवलेंथ कौन सी है स्टूडेंट्स? ब्लू कलर वाली, ठीक है। मोस्ट ऑफ द शॉर्टर वेवलेंथ, मोस्ट ऑफ द शॉर्टर वेवलेंथ, मोस्ट ऑफ ब्लू मैं कह रहा हूं, मोस्ट ऑफ ब्लू विल बी स्कैटर्ड एंड डिफ्लेक्टेड अवे। स्कैटर और डिफ्लेक्टेड अवे हो जाती हैं, ठीक है। एंड रेड लाइट, रेड लाइट और लॉन्गर वेवलेंथ लाइट, लॉन्गर वेवलेंथ लाइट जो होती हैं, दैट रीचेज अवर आई। तो जब लॉन्गर वेवलेंथ ऑफ लाइट वाली हमें रीच करेंगी हमारी आंखों पे, तो कौन सा कलर दिखाएगा? रेडिश अपीयरेंस। तो ये ब्लू कलर स्कैटर हो गई, तो सन अपीयर से रेडिश। सन कैसा अपीयर होगा? सनराइज और सनसेट पे रेडिश, रेडिश कलर का दिखेगा। समझ में आया कि रेडिश क्यों दिखता? लेकिन जब सन ओवरहेड हो जाता है, देखो नून, 12 नून हो गया, 1 नून, 12 बज गए, 12 बजे सन बिल्कुल ओवरहेड है। नून, नून जब आपको पता है कि दोपहर को जब सन बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग लगता है, वो हाँ पृथ्वी के बिल्कुल नजदीक आ जाता है, ओवरहेड, ओवरहेड आ जाता है। अब क्या होगा कि अब ये डिस्टेंस देख रहे हो, यहां से ये कम हो गया, ये डिस्टेंस कितना ज्यादा था, ये कम हो गया। एट नून ओवरहेड कब होता है? एट नून, ठीक है। तो ये सन जो है, सन ट्रेवल शॉर्टर डिस्टेंस, सन ट्रेवल्स शॉर्टर डिस्टेंस। अब यहाँ पे सन ने कम डिस्टेंस को ट्रेवल किया है, कितना? शॉर्टर डिस्टेंस। तो अब क्या हुआ है? only little blue violet color lights are scattered, only little blue, only little blue violet scattered, ठीक है। तो लाइट की स्कैटरिंग बहुत कम हुई है, क्या हुई है? बहुत कम हुई है। तो उसके रिजल्ट क्या होगा? जो स्कैटरिंग बहुत कम हुई है, तो सन क्या? व्हाइट दिखेगा मुझे, क्या दिखेगा? सारी की सारी लाइट जो है वो पहुंच जाएगी हमारी आंखों पर, तो हमारे आईज के ऊपर क्या दिखेगा? व्हाइट, सन ऐसे सफेद सा दिखेगा, व्हाइट कलर का। तो यहाँ पर क्या हुआ है? लेस ब्लू स्कैटर्ड है और सारी की सारी लाइट्स आ रही हैं हमारे पास। तो ये जो सन किस तरह का कलर दिखेगा एट नून? व्हाइट, ये सफेद रंग का दिखेगा। तो आपको समझ में आया कि जितने भी ब्यूटीफुल कलर आप स्काई में देख रहे हैं, all the colors which you see, blue color of sky is due to scattering of light by the tiny particles which are present in the atmosphere. फिर आपने देखा कि जो पोजीशन ऑफ द स्टार थी वो ट्विंकलिंग क्यों हुई और वो रेज्ड क्यों था? ड्यू टू एटमॉस्फेरिक रिफ्रैक्शन। और फिर आपने ये देखा कि जो सन रेड क्यों है एट द टाइम ऑफ सनसेट और सनराइज के टाइम पर, तो बाकी ब्लू कलर बहुत ज्यादा स्कैटर्ड हो गई थी क्योंकि सन लॉन्गर लेयर्स ऑफ अर्थ, मतलब ज्यादा डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल कर रहा था, और जब सन ओवरहेड हो गया तो स्कैटरिंग कम हो गई और सारी की सारी लाइट मेरे पास आ गई। जब सारी लाइट है तो वो वाइट ही है, वाइट ही है। तो we can see that how important is the phenomena। और फिर हमने देखा कि when light is passed through glass prism तो dispersion takes place। तो वायलेट सबसे ज्यादा डेविएट होता है, रेड कम, क्योंकि वायलेट की स्पीड सबसे कम है, वायलेट की वेवलेंथ सबसे कम है, तो वायलेट का एंगल ऑफ डेविएशन सबसे ज्यादा है एज कंपेयर टू रेड। तो जो हमारे को स्पेक्ट्रम मिलेगा दैट विल बी विब गियोर। ये क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछे जा चुके हैं। अब कोई डाउट है तो मुझसे पूछिए। एनी डाउट? कोई डाउट है? बोलो स्टूडेंट, यू हैव एनी डाउट इन दिस? बताइए, कोई डाउट है? डू यू हैव एनी डाउट? स्वास्तिक, कोई डाउट है? तो ठीक है, फिर ये खत्म हो गया सारा का सारा लाइट का चैप्टर। और यू रिवाइज द कोर्स फॉर द पेपर एंड वॉच अवर यूट्यूब वीडियोस। We have uploaded all the MCQ question answers. You can watch them, and by this you can give your exams. And my best wishes to all the students who are going for science exams. If more doubts are there, you can contact me and ask me questions. No problem. Okay, फिर मैं मिलता हूँ next class में. Bye bye.